The best source of energy which is freely available till the earth exists is nothing but a solar energy. That is the energy coming from the sun. We can generate the electricity with the help of solar cell. This is also one type of semiconductor diode without any pollution in the environment. Now, what is solar cell? The solar cell is a semiconductor device which converts solar energy into the electrical energy. If the light coming from the sun, that is called as solar energy, that can be used to convert electrical energy, that is called as solar cell device that converts solar energy into electrical energy. Solar cell consisting of PN junction, P side and N side. P side is little thicker and N side is thinner. Why it is so thin? When a sun is here, he is producing the light. The light is coming and falling on a N side. This light should enter the junction. The light coming from here should enter this junction, that is PN junction, so that it should be very thinner. Otherwise this N type only will absorb this light. So they made it thinner so that the light can enter the N junction and fall on this particular junction here. This is the junction, PN junction. And what is there at the PN junction? PN junction, there is a depletion layer. So this is depleted from a charge carriers. There is no charge here, and here only atoms are present. Atoms are actually the silicon or maybe germanium it is made up of. And ions are also present. These are immobile ions. When a light is falling on it, what happens? These atoms here, atoms may be silicon atom. It consisting of, as you know, maybe 4 electrons in it. When a light is received by this electron, what happens? It just goes out and leaving behind a hole here, vacancy. So this is hole and this is electron. As a result, electron and hole pairs are created in a junction. Now what happens? This negative layer will start repelling this electron and these positive charges repelling holes. As a result, all the holes created here move towards P side and electrons created here move towards N side. So all electrons produced at the depletion layer comes at this end, and holes produced at the depletion layer comes at this end. So electron produced will move towards N side here. So here, this side, N side, it is moving. And these electrons produced here on a metal, on a semiconductor, on semiconductor N side, these electrons cannot able to move and produce the current in this N side semiconductor. That is why they place such type of metal fingers. These are the metal fingers. So it is made up of metal. By the moment electron is generated, that electron move into the metal, and that metal take that electron and produces the current. And when electron is creating here, that electron goes into this conductor and that current goes, that electron goes, and that produces the current over here. So now we have opened the circuit. These electrons just simply stays here and holes simply stays here, just like ordinary cell. So just like a cell, you can see the cell here. So positive on one side and negative on other side. Now if you close this circuit, what happens? The electrons from this side start moving into this side and produces the current in a circuit. So it acts as a solar cell. Why it is called as cell? Because one side it is positive and the other side it is negative. When you open this circuit, don't close the circuit. If you open this circuit, the electrons cannot flow and cannot produce the current. Now what happens? The electrons will accumulate on one side and holes accumulated on one side. As a result, it acts as a cell having a little voltage of around 0.5 volt or 0.4 volt, very less voltage. But if you place such type of cells in arrays, that is many solar cells, you place it and make a solar panel and each produces 0.5 0.4 volt. As a result, we can produce very huge voltage that can be received. Now instead of this resistor, you can also connect a bulb over here. You can connect a bulb instead of resistor, and later you close this. If you close this, what happens? The bulb can glow, right? So we can use the cell, this ordinary solar cell can be used for generating the power, and that power can be utilized. And what are the uses of this? We will see. Before looking at the uses of this, let us study about the VI characteristic of solar cell. Suppose if you take the voltage here and current here, in fourth quadrant you have to plot it. Why? Because instead of receiving the power, it produces the power itself, and for such kind of devices we have to plot the graph always in fourth quadrant, because we are not connecting any battery to it, right? We are producing the battery, but we are not connecting any battery to it. There is no battery connected, and for such kind of any devices we have to plot a VI characteristic in fourth quadrant. Now if you open this, what happens? It acts as a cell having a maximum voltage of 0.5 volt. So maximum voltage at 0.5 volt. Now if you close the circuit, what happens? If you close the circuit, the current start increasing in a circuit, right? The current start increasing in a circuit. As the current start increasing, the voltage keep on decreases and finally it becomes zero. So it is plotted using the formula we have. This is studying in one of the chapter called as current electricity. V is equal to E minus IR. So E minus IR, this formula. As the current increases, so I will write one more time, V is equal to E minus IR. As the current increases, what happens? The voltage keep on decreases, because you are subtracting the term. The current increases, the voltage increases. So once is current is very maximum value is reached, then voltage becomes zero. So voltage is reached zero here. This voltage is called as open circuit voltage. This is open circuit voltage, and this is short circuit current. Short circuit current. This part. Now, what are the uses of solar cell? So these are the few uses. The first one, it is used in calculator. I have a calculator. You can see the calculator, and in this calculator, some of the calculator, if the battery is not there and close this, the number also will vanish. And if you open this, the number will come. You can use the calculator properly. So they are using the solar cell in a calculator. And next, they are using in street lights and traffic signal to produce the light, and used to charge satellite batteries. So in a satellite, that is artificial satellites, who is going to supply the power? So sun itself, so sun is producing the light, and that can be used for generating the power in satellite and used to charge storage batteries at our home or any of the companies, any factories, they are using the storage batteries. And next one is used in solar heater to heat the water.